It's been more than 200,000 years since humans have existed on planet Earth. And with time, the process of evolution has been massive and rampant, dating back to the initial days where man used rudimentary tools and weapons to earn a living through hunting or cultivation, all the way to the 21st century, where a click or a voice command can complete your chores and actions through technology, AI, and automation. Phew, mankind has surely come a long way. However, there's one source of commonality, a concept that connects our ancestors to us, and a notion that binds Homo sapiens into a tightly knit society. And that's the perspective of survival. Hello, everyone. I'm Meghna Manoj Nair. I'm a Malayali by origin and an Indian at heart, a dancer by expression and a leader by inspiration, an aspiring computer science engineer by profession, and a public speaker by passion. Today, I'd like to share my thoughts and interpretations of one of the supremely significant elements of Tenet, the tenets of survival. My life has been a mesmerizing journey with challenges to overcome and lessons to apprehend. But most importantly, experiences to cherish and savor. And over the last 21 years of my life, I've committed Himalayan blunders, fallen short of expectations, felt emotionally unstable, worried about my flaws, and whatnot. But these instances taught me that my main aim in life shouldn't revolve around being perfect or unblemished. Rather, it should be driven by the whim of being human, humane, empathetic, and ultimately to embrace the art of survival. So I'd like to take you all through my journey of the various tenets of survival that I've picked up from the numerous instances and escapades of my life. Think happy, stay happy. Happy-go-lucky. Accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative. I'm sure these are sayings that each and every one of us would have come across in our day-to-day lives, though I'd completely agree that it's easier said than done. But researchers and scientists state that being gleeful, optimistic, and sanguine boosts our performance, health, and overall sanity. Now, what makes me happy might not necessarily be the factor that drives your happiness, but finding happiness in the little things surrounding us, like lending a helping hand to someone in need, wearing a happy smile on your face while greeting people, and hustling ahead in life with positivity, is a fundamental tenet of survival. And that's my first tenet of survival, happiness and optimism. In fact, this principle is basically a perspective or lens through which we see the various desirable or undesirable events unfold in our day-to-day lives. And the truth be told, the three accessories of confidence, happiness, and optimism really helps us in changing our lives. It's something which we need to garner every day and live life to the fullest because zindagi na milegi dobara, as very rightly portrayed by Hrithik Roshan, Abhay Deol, and Farhan Akhtar, which basically translates to you only live once, YOLO. This takes me to my next tenet of survival, health and well-being. The one thing that my parents have consistently emphasized on right from childhood is to take care of my health, both physically and mentally. Nurturing ourselves, taking time off our busy or lazy schedules for that me time, eating complete meals, and exercising are some of the major factors that contribute towards our overall health in a positive way. I've personally felt that I'm so much more productive on the days where I follow a regular regime and eat wholesome meals when compared to the other days where I skip out on one of these and just end up relentlessly scrolling through Instagram or YouTube. After all, our energy levels and enthusiasm, it's a sheer reflection of our mental and physical state of being. The more languid, torpid, or lazy we get, we are just falling prey to the fact that an idle, weak mind is a devil's workshop. So now, when a person is happy and optimistic and fit as a fiddle, naturally they'd be driven by a sense of dedication and motivation in whatever purposeful activity they engage in, be it studies, a 9-to-5 job, business, or any other passion that they follow. Needless to say, these are the people who are paving their own paths towards achieving their dreams and goals through hard work and smart work, the next crucial tenet of survival. Now, when it comes to hard work and smart work, let me give you a quick backstory. I've always had this habit of completing any assigned task or chore way before the deadline, simply because I'm not interested in things piling up. For instance, if I've been assigned a college assignment or an internship project work, I'd start it off on the very day I've been assigned this task and would try to complete it within 2 to 3 days with perfection, devotion, and dedication, even though the deadline would be 7 days or 10 days later. Now, there would be situations wherein the professor or the team leader would drastically change the assignment. And I would have to do everything from scratch when compared to my fellow mates who would have just started off and would easily accommodate the changes and complete the task effortlessly. This is where smart work comes into play. Now, consequences of leaving your phone on vibration while doing something. Why is she calling again? Hello? Dude, I'm in the middle of something. Can I call you in a... Oh my God, don't worry. It's okay. Just take a breather, relax, and I'll call you in some time. Really sorry about that. One of my friends, she's going through a tough phase in life, and she desperately wanted to speak to someone. You know, that's the thing about humans. Irrespective of how self-dependent and reliant we are, ultimately we're all inherently social. Questionnaires, researches, and polls are proof to the fact that people who are socially connected improve their odds of survival by 50%. And relationships and social inclusion is my next tenet of survival. Now, when it comes to relationships, it's not always about emotional well-being or mental sanity. It's also about developing those bonds, maintaining those mutual levels of interdependence, and connecting with people to nurture a wholesome community. So, relationships and social inclusion to humans is as important as oxygen is to life. And we all know what happens when there's a lack of oxygen. Speaking about lack of oxygen, just imagine for a second that you are taken back to one of the most challenging and toughest situations that you've ever faced in life. It could be a nervous breakdown in the middle of an exam, a consequence you've had to face as a result of some silly action that you've done, or any other such instance. In such scenarios, amidst all the chaos, the blur, the adrenaline, there's that one ray of expectation that persuades you to believe the fact that this phase too shall pass. And this is my final tenet of survival: hope. In fact, hope is the lifeblood of existence. There have been so many instances in my life where I've committed some gullible action, run to my parents, not knowing what to do in the middle of a crisis, and heard left and right from them. On the positive note, how every such instance has concluded is by my parents consoling me, encouraging me to believe in myself, and ultimately motivating me to cling on to that ray of hope that would uplift me from my vulnerabilities. And I kid you not, but it has always worked. So these were the few tenets of survival that has helped me venture through life, which is quite dynamic in nature. Now, why dynamic, you ask? Well, let me explain. I'm sure you've all been on a roller coaster, or at least seen how one goes. Initially, we're quite relaxed as we get onto the bandwagon and buckle ourselves up with a seat belt. As the ride starts, the nervousness starts to build, and we slowly ascend with the pressure building up. We reach the peak, and then boom, we are screaming our lungs out as we fall through that steep slope, clinging on to that railing in front of us. Then there are moments where we close our eyes and refuse to open them because we are literally hanging upside down, when compared to a few other moments where we just leave our arms off and enjoy the gush of wind. And finally, as we reach back to the station and the ride has ended, there's a sigh of relief. And that's exactly been my life. And the 5 companions who have accompanied me in this crazy roller coaster ride of mine has been happiness and optimism, relationships and social inclusion, health and well-being, hard work and smart work, and hope. I'd like to conclude by saying, life is a blessing we've all been blessed with. So the choice is yours. Choose your quest. Follow your passion, and you will do just fine. With the right attitude and tenets of survival, you will definitely shine. Thank you.